Oh, okay.
To use the opportunity to acknowledge my academic colleague, Professor Ibibia Orika, this SSG. He is my colleague in two ways. I was a former SSG myself in Edo State, and we're both academics. So you have somebody there whom I know will deliver anytime. The acting head of service, senior AS, permanent secretaries, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I'm Professor Julius Ihonvbere. I'm leader of the House of Reps and chairman of the Oversight Committee of the House on the administration of Rivers State. Your Excellency, we are happy to be here today. For me, it's like a homecoming, and the responsibility to chair this committee was like a personal assignment because Rivers is like a home to me. I taught here for many years at the University of Port Harcourt, and it was from this Rivers State I had to go into exile for 12 and a half years until the return of democracy to Nigeria. So I have very fond memories. I consider myself a critical stakeholder in Rivers State. So when the responsibility was pushed in your direction to manage the affairs of Rivers State, I didn't envy you because I know the difficult circumstances and the environment in which you are going to work. But your track record convinced me that you would be able to weather the storm and deliver as required. In any case, military officers at your level never fail on assignments. Having worked with retired General Obasanjo, I know that whether they are in uniform or out of it, at any time you call on them, they are always ready to serve the country. So I congratulate you first on the appointment, but also commend you for what you've done so far. We've been going around, and we're still going to go around. And contrary to what people have been marketing, we see evidence of peace, order. We see evidence of people going about their respective businesses. It's evidence that Rivers is moving in the right direction. So we want to thank you for the time you have invested in working to restore peace, law, and order in Rivers State. Second, let me also appreciate the fact that in the short time here, you've given a lot of attention and respect to democratic structures. We may not have the political parties in place the way they ought to be, or the structures of democratic practice. But the fact remains that once a society is open and the content and context of politics remain uncontaminated, people will continue to engage in political discourse and alignment and realignment of social-political forces. And I can see that in Rivers State, that is not in short supply. So we want to appreciate that as well. The commitment to local government elections, in spite of some of the debates going on, is a further reflection of the commitment to the restoration of full democratic practice and the need to begin to build the foundations of democratic engagements in the state. Local governments being the closest to the people. And I think anybody who has the interests of Rivers State in place would acknowledge the importance of having an election at that level to restore or begin to restore political activity and governance at the lowest level in society. We've also noticed your commitment to ongoing projects that you made. As you know, as a Nigerian, we're all Nigerians here, it's not usually the practice. People meet ongoing projects, they abandon it and initiate new ones, even when they will not finish it. But you have remained constant, you've remained focused on the ongoing projects, which were initially designed to serve the interests of the people of Rivers State. So we acknowledge that, we appreciate you for that. Our visit, essentially, as an oversight committee, is to come in here and on the first-hand basis, see some of the ongoing projects, some of the challenges that the administration is facing, and also listen to the views of people, stakeholders in the state, on what they think the direction of governance is going and what they project in the next few months, looking ahead to the end of the year. So we want to appreciate you for welcoming us so warmly. And you have been coming to Abuja. Now we have come to you. Though whenever you come to Abuja, within a short time, some people here that I would not like to mention their name, make sure you escape back to Port Harcourt as quickly as possible. Those people know themselves. They're right here. We are not going to escape immediately. We'll be here for the next 2 days to go around and engage with relevant stakeholders. You, your administration, and those of us sitting here have the same purpose, to ensure that good governance returns to Rivers State, that enduring peace returns to Rivers State, that the institutions and structures of governance and democratic practice return to Rivers State, and that the people of Rivers State get value for money for every money spent here. So once again, Your Excellency, we want to thank you for who you are as a person, who you are as a leader, not just in Rivers State at the moment, but a national leader for this country. You have paid your dues and you are still paying your dues. And by the grace of God, in good health, you will continue to serve the country. This country never tires of drawing from those that serve well. So we appreciate you. And on behalf of my colleagues, we thank you for welcoming us. Thank you, sir.
It is with great honor and a deep sense of duty that I welcome you to Rivers State. Your visit today is a clear demonstration of the National Assembly's commitment to its oversight responsibilities in the governance of Rivers State under the emergency period. Furthermore, it reaffirms the National Assembly's commitment to the peace, welfare, well-being, and good governance in our state. I thank you for the support and cooperation. When His Excellency President Bola Ahmed TINUBU GCFR, President Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, declared a state of emergency in Rivers State on 18 March 2025. He entrusted me with a clear mandate to restore public order, stabilize governance, rebuild trust, and lay a solid foundation for sustainable development. That mandate is sacred, and every decision we have taken since has been driven by that mission. Our first task was the security of lives and property. In my first address to the people of Rivers State upon resumption, I drew the linkage between peace, security, tolerance, and the welfare and being of Rivers people. We appealed for peace and tolerance so that governance and development could take root. I thank the Rivers people for their support on this journey so far. I am grateful. We launched a joint operations with security agencies to address flashpoints across the state. These areas had long been troubled by cultism, kidnapping, and other ancillary crimes. Through better interagency coordination, increased patrols, and stronger community-based intelligence, working in hand with traditional rulers, youth, and religious leaders, we have restored relative calm. Thanks to efforts of the great men and women of our security agencies who have been on their toes, working around the clock to ensure that we have the peace and security that we enjoy today. As the threats from farmers' herders clashes began to rear its ugly head in parts of the state, we proactively constituted the Farmers' Herders Engagement Committee. This was to diffuse tensions and prevent conflicts before they escalate. Furthermore, I'm pleased to report that since assuming office, there have been no incidents of vandalism to vital oil and gas infrastructure in the state, a direct result of better surveillance and improved relations with host communities. We are finalizing the deployment of critical infrastructure surveillance systems that will enable better domain awareness and improve our ability to detect threats and mitigate them before they escalate. From the onset, I recognize that peace and progress are impossible without political stability. That is why we embarked on broad-based consultations across all political divides, reaching out to stakeholders regardless of affiliation to reduce tension and create an environment where dialogue can replace confrontation. We also had direct engagements with key political stakeholders in the state. All engagements have been frank, inclusive, and productive, with stakeholders expressing a willingness to work together towards an amicable resolution of the political impasse. I'm pleased that we have, God willing, put the major differences behind us, and stakeholders are working together towards a sustainable, peaceful resolution of all disagreements. I must put on record Mr. President's immeasurable efforts and support that has brought us thus far in the peace efforts in the state. The deep respect the major stakeholders have for Mr. President was instrumental to the peace process. On restoring democratic governance, Mr. Chairman, following the confirmation of the nominees of Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, RISEC, by the National Assembly, and in pursuit of Mr. President's mandate on the restoration of democratic governance, I inaugurated the members of the Commission on 14 July 2025. Just 2 weeks later, on 28 July, RISEC unveiled the timetable for local government council elections scheduled for 30th August 2025. The state government has provided the Commission with funds, logistics, security coordination, and institutional support it needs to deliver elections that will be peaceful, free, fair, and credible, thus restoring democratic governance at the grassroots. After the initial misgivings about our mission in Rivers State, we have worked deliberately to build trust and reposition the Rivers State civil service for efficiency and professionalism. I want to place on record, Mr. Chairman, the great effort and hard work that the majority of Rivers State civil servants have put into service delivery. I am confident that they will take ownership and build on the momentum we have all gained in our journey towards a world-class bureaucracy that is vibrant, motivated, well-trained, and resourced. We have conducted transformational leadership training for all permanent secretaries, key directors, local government administrators, and principal officers of local government councils. This program has reoriented our leadership cadre towards accountability, innovation, and results. We are in the process of institutionalizing policies and processes that will be a foundation for the growth and development of the civil service. Several more training will be conducted for the newly appointed permanent secretaries and civil servants at various grade levels as part of the Rivers State Civil Service Week celebrations. To reflect economic realities and motivate top management, we initiated an upward review of salaries and allowances for permanent secretaries and political office holders. This will address the existing imbalance in the salary structure of public and political office holders in the state following the implementation of the National Minimum Wage Amendment Act 2024. We appointed new permanent secretaries to fill critical administrative gaps. We also commenced a comprehensive verification and biometric data capture exercise for all employees, pensioners, and local government workers. This will ensure accurate personnel records, eliminate ghost workers, and promote payroll transparency. I would like to put on record that the planned data capture and the biometrics for the local government employees will be the first of its kind in the state's history. That is part of the legacy we want to leave behind, a database for enhanced service delivery and blockage of leakages in government resources. We have addressed several long-standing grievances. We cleared the outstanding arrears owed to local government medical and health workers, a debt that had lingered for years. Pension and gratuity payments have been streamlined and with greater transparency. Pensioners are now credited directly to their individual accounts, removing the opacity and malfeasance we inherited in the implementation of the benefit systems. The delays and bureaucracy of manual check processing and issuance that cause pain and sufferings to retirees are now consigned to history. I am confident that these gains will be sustained. In line with the domestication of the new minimum wage in Rivers State, I approved the 32,000 Naira consequential adjustment for pension payment to pensioners, which has been fully implemented effective May 2025. More importantly, we are taking firm steps to ensure that pensioners in the state enjoy their retirement. I have approved the free enrollment of all pensioners in the state onto the Rivers State Health Insurance Program, an agency we have revitalized and making the fulcrum of the free healthcare initiative in the state. Rivers State pensioners will therefore enjoy free healthcare across the state. I have also signed an executive order mandating the enrollment of all civil servants on the health insurance program. God willing, free healthcare will take roots in the state through the health insurance program. Mr. Chairman, effective 1st July 2025, the contributory pension scheme took off in Rivers State, in line with the state pension law. Following a rigorous engagement with labor unions, an agreement was reached and the state government committed to contributing 17% while the employees would contribute the statutory 8%. This is in addition to government's commitment to clear all backlog of pension contributions, enroll civil servants in group life insurance, and make investments that will secure the payment of accrued benefits when they become due. This landmark achievement demonstrates what is possible when stakeholders engage honestly and with genuine commitment to shared destiny. I thank the leadership of the labor unions in the state for their patience and understanding with the long hours of negotiations while it lasted. In the end, the welfare and well-being of our workers was at the center of our efforts. In our infrastructural program, we have prioritized projects with the highest social and economic returns. We intervened urgently in flood control and solid waste management, strengthening collaboration with local government authorities to keep the state clean and surrounding areas functional. In healthcare, we're working through public-private partnerships to rehabilitate and operationalize the Mother and Child Hospital and the Peter Odili Cancer Diagnostic Center, improving access to world-class care. These two facilities were completed a few years back, but were allowed to lie waste, with most equipment damaged and buildings in severe state of disrepair. The process of developing the Rivers State University Teaching Hospital permanent site is well underway, with the acquisition of land for the hospital in final stages. Professional teams are hard at work developing the master plan for the project. This will improve healthcare infrastructure, enhance human capital development, and self-reliance in medical services. In agriculture, we are working at reviving the Songhai farm and supporting the cassava processing plant through public-private partnerships, both of which will boost food security, create jobs, and open new market opportunities. Honorable Chairman and members, I know you are slated to visit a few projects while with us here. The site you will visit during your stay will cover a few ongoing projects and some that will commence shortly. We will begin with the reconstruction of the Rivers State House of Assembly complex, a project at the heart of the political impasse in the state. Following observed lapses upon my resumption, we engaged a reputable consulting firm to provide strict oversight, enforce quality standards, and ensure timely delivery. This project will restore a safe, modern, and functional environment for legislative activities in the state. The project is now on track and should be completed in about 4 months. Next will be the State Secretariat Complex, the administrative hub of government. Your visit and inspection will show the urgent need for rehabilitation to provide a befitting workplace for our reinvigorated civil service, improve interministerial coordination, and enhance service delivery to the public. Tomorrow, you will be visiting the Mother and Child Hospital, where reconstruction work will commence shortly to revive a critical healthcare facility for women and children, equipping it with modern tools. This will be handed over to the Rivers State University Teaching Hospital within the next 3 months upon completion. Closely linked to this is the Peter Odili Cardiovascular and Cancer Diagnostic Center, another flagship facility being restored for strategic collaboration, through strategic collaboration. Here you will see the state of the facility before will commence restoration work and eventual handover to private sector to operate and manage this advanced diagnostic and treatment facility for the benefit of cardiovascular and cancer patients in Rivers State and beyond. The tour will then take you to the dualization of the Port Harcourt Ring Road project, a transformative transport corridor aimed at decongesting the city, improving travel time, and stimulating economic activity. Regrettably, the contractor handling this project has failed in its responsibility to deliver on this project, despite receiving 77% mobilization in the sum of 150 billion naira. Awarded at about 195 billion naira, they have now requested a variation of about 87%. If approved, the new contract sum would be 367 billion naira. A dedicated team of professionals have finalized a review, and it is clear that the state has received the short end of the stick. Engagement with the contractor will commence in a few days. The outcome will determine next steps by the state. Under my watch, the resources of Rivers State will be judiciously used, and contractors must abide by lawful agreements and contract terms. There must be consequences. Finally, Mr. Chairman, you will visit the Trans-Calabari Road, a project of immense strategic importance that will connect riverine communities more effectively to the state's economic heartland. Here too, a professional oversight team is in place and are working hard to streamline contracting documentations, review and streamline engineering designs, and ensure quality delivery, prudent use of resources, and the long-term durability of the infrastructure. We welcome your independent assessment and practical recommendations from the visit. This will help us accelerate delivery and improve engagement with the team, Mr. Chairman. Looking ahead, our immediate priorities are to conduct a credible local government elections on 30th August this year, sustain our security gains and deepen reconciliation, and consolidate our achievements in healthcare, agriculture, and public service reforms for lasting socio-economic impact. Honorable Chairman and distinguished members, Rivers State remains open, transparent, and fully cooperative in all matters of governance. I am confident that what you will see during this all-important oversight visit will affirm that we are on the right track, not just to stabilize Rivers State, but to secure its future. I want to thank you immensely and wish you a productive and insightful oversight visit.
Well, there were several things we needed to sort out. Amongst them, we needed him to settle down, identify his own priorities. We needed him to bring a budget, and we needed to work on that budget to ensure that we align the budget with the needs of Rivers people. We have completed all of that. Given what we saw in the budget and the explanations they gave for certain entries, we needed now to come to verify and confirm the value for money. That's why we're here. Well, we've come into Rivers. We didn't see people fighting on the streets. We didn't see protests. We didn't see any acts of vandalism going on. So that somebody can maintain law and order along with the mandate given to him, he should be commended for that. Listening to his speech just now, you see he has focus. He knows what he wants to do in the interests of Rivers people. Our job is not to evaluate his performance as administrator. It's what benefits the people of Rivers State, what sustains democracy and democratic practice, and how do we move out of the state of emergency so that normalcy can return. That's what we're committed to.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.